Hi, guys, and welcome to Ask Allie, your place for life advice with a metaphysical twist. Ask Allie is the longest running spiritual podcast on iTunes. I've been helping others there since 2005. You can also catch this podcast on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, True FM, Google Play, and on YouTube. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2018. I want to thank you for tuning in and giving me a listen to. If you'd like to get a reading, find out more about me, or support the podcast, I'll leave the information below in the show's notes. And don't forget, if you like this episode, please rate it. Sorry I didn't get to ask Allie yesterday. I had to help a friend out of a jam, so I was very happy to help her get out of the situation she was in, but it didn't leave any room to do the podcast on Monday. So here we are on Tuesday, and I hope that next Monday things will be back on schedule. I like doing the podcast on Monday as opposed to any other day. Don't forget the 777 Institute will be opening soon. Knock on wood. Where is wood? There we go. Wood. If you would like to be a student, please visit 777institute.com and enter your email. I'll let you know when we're accepting students. If you'd like to be an instructor, and you could teach anything of a spiritual nature, it can be magic, tarot, oracle, numerology, runes, magic, energy healing, I can't even say it, Reiki, here we go, herbs, flower essences, connecting to your guides, unleashing your psychic powers, anything like that. Send me an email to info@777institute.com and I'll send you out our information packet. Can I help you with something, Zena? Move. Thank you. I knew there was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it is. So it must not be too important, right? Right. So let us get going here for the Oracle card overview for this week, starting today, Tuesday, January 23rd. I am again using Denise Lynn's Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Since this is an overview, not everything may pertain to everybody. Okay? So let us take a look here and see what we got. I'm hoping to get up to my office here soon. The weather there's no heat upstairs. So in order to move things around, I will have a heater in there, but in order to move things around, I need it just a tad bit warmer. But it's coming. Nice backdrop, whole 9 yards. So let's see what we got here. We got card 1, and card 2, and we got card 3. So let's put these away. Let's see what we got. Oh, I like that one. I like that one too. And I also like that one. All of a sudden, I have a very dry throat. Don't know why. All right. So, card number 1, guys, is joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. This would be a good week to do so, don't you think? If you haven't done it already. Life is too short to be miserable. It just is. None of us know when our times come. None of us know when we leave our human body and say goodbye to everybody, and a lot of times we don't even have a chance to say goodbye to everybody. So every day you need to find joy and delight someplace. And in order to do so, you have to open your heart. Okay? And in opening your heart, the second card here is finding sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. Your spiritual source, you're going to find in your soul. In order to listen to and respond to your soul and to find the sanctuary that this card is talking about, you have to open your heart to do so. When you open your heart, you open to joy and delight. You will also find sanctuary. Okay? And lastly, we have traveling lightly. It is time to simplify your life. We tend to overextend ourselves. We say yes too many times. We take on too many projects. We take on too many jobs, try to make ends meet. And while we're doing so, no matter what our intentions are, we get bogged down. And when we get bogged down, it's very difficult to move forward with whatever we would like to do with our life. So it'd be a good week. Good week to go through your things and what you're doing in your life and all of that, and decide what can you disperse of so that you travel lightly. Okay, again, first card we have here, guys, is Joy and Delight. It's time to open your heart to joy, which I know is easier said than done because a lot of us have had some crap come down on us. And it's difficult to open your heart to joy when you've been crapped upon, right? But what's the alternative? That you don't open it and you don't allow joy into your life and you're unhappy. And how much fun is it to be unhappy? Zero. Right, Zena? Zero fun. Finding sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. I don't know why I keep forgetting the two. Opening to your spiritual source. Nowadays, it's difficult to go onto one of the social medias or to turn on TV at all and not see all hell breaking loose. Thanks in part to 45. So finding sanctuary by opening to your spiritual source will give a lot of people peace. So think about that. And simplifying your life, travel lightly, will also help to ease the burden and allow you to move forward. Okay, I am busy. Really, you don't have to keep tapping my arm. Okay, so if you are listening to this podcast and not watching it on YouTube, if you want to see what the cards look like, you can Google them. I am positive they're online by now. And if you didn't want to do that, you can always hop over to YouTube and go to about minute 5. I think minute 5 was about where I started this, 5 to 8, and you will catch the cards here on the podcast. All right? I think there's something I'm forgetting to tell you. And it's going to drive me crazy until I think of it, which I probably will after I am done. That's the way things usually go. Now, interesting enough, the cards I pulled for this week feeds into the topic of today, which is what nourishes you. People, places, and things either nourish your soul, they give you energy, or they drain your soul and make you tired and lethargic. When you're feeling confused, hopeless, tired, like you're running on a low battery, you can't sleep very well, you're finding your energy comes in very short bursts and it's very few and far between, the things you are doing in your life is draining you. It's draining your energy battery. It's draining your soul. It doesn't nourish you whatsoever if you're tired and being confused and staying in your head, running thoughts through and through and through. Whatever you're doing in your life, the different areas, it's not nourishing you. It's draining you. And when I say different areas, there are many different layers of your life you have to look at, the people, places, and things, to see if they are nourishing you or draining you. For instance, what nourishes you physically? Your food, the food you eat, exercise, meditation, yoga. What nourishes you? What nourishes you on an emotional or spiritual level? Something to think about. What friendships nourish you? We've all had friends that tend to drain the hell out of us. And it's like, oh, I just cannot talk to that person again. I don't care how much I like them, but I feel so tired when I'm done. That's a person who drains you. We also have friends that when we're done talking to them, we're like, yeah, let's get going. They nourish you. So, which friendships nourish you? Excuse me. What books and films, maybe TV shows or news outlets, nourish you? Okay? And think about this, which ones also drain you. But what nourishes you out of that you currently are involved with? What religious or spiritual truths nourish you? What activities? What work nourishes you? Objects in your home. What objects nourish you? There are a lot of different layers to look at energy-wise about what nourishes you and what drains you. And since a good majority of people go through life on autopilot, you don't pay attention to what nourishes you and what drains you. You're just moving forward, hoping to get through the day. Well, the day might be more pleasurable to get through if you discover what nourishes you. So this week, guys, I want you to think about the different areas I mentioned, the objects in your environment, physically, emotional, spiritually, friendships, books, films, TV, news outlets, religious or spiritual truths, and activities. What nourishes you and what drains you? Because if it's not nourishing you, it's draining you. Nourish good, drain bad. I find it helpful for myself to write a list and see what nourishes me and what drains me when I am in the moment feeling or thinking about whatever the object is or the item is. For example, besides driving bus and doing readings and energy healing and stuff, I also do freelance writing. And I had two gigs that I've been at for, well, one for just a little over a month and the other one for a few years. Both fantastic extra money, both, help make ends meet, but I wasn't too, overly jazzed about them. I did it because I happen to like get paid by them, right? Well, in the span of a week, I was let go from both. And I thought I would be upset about it, but I'm not. Because I thought about both gigs, and no matter how great they paid, neither one nourished me. Both were draining. Both I would do projects for, and instead of taking me a couple of hours, it would take me all day because it drained me. It took a lot of energy to get any of that done. Unlike what I do here for the podcasts or for readings, or I'm going to start blog posts again and newsletters because now I have time. Those things jazz me. They nourish me. So I will do more of that. It makes me happy, right? So that's kind of like your homework for this week. Seek out what gives you energy. Find the things and places that nourish you. Now, Zena, right now you're not nourishing me. Right now you're draining me. As much as I love you, you need to go to someplace else. If you don't know what to look for, go for a walk and pay attention to how you feel on the walk. Does it drain you? Are you dragging butt to get back home? Or does it nourish you? Do you feel a bit more energy? Reading a book. Read a book that soothes your soul. For instance, this week on this month, for the people who support the podcast, we're having a book club. And we're talking about the 4 agreements this week. This book nourishes me. Hopefully this book has nourished everybody that is going to be discussing it this weekend. But I love this book. It's awesome. It nourishes me. Books like, I don't know. I used to like Stephen King a long time ago. I'm not so thrilled about Stephen King anymore just because I don't like things that scare me. So if I read something that scares me, it doesn't nourish me. It drains me. It takes me forever to get through. College textbooks. I hated reading those things. that drained me. Being in the class itself nourished me, but reading drained me. So I wouldn't read. I didn't read very often in those books. But you need to figure it out. You need to quit being on automatic, find out what nourishes you, and spend more time doing that, doing those items that give you energy as opposed to taking of energy. Okay? Okay. So I want to thank you for joining me here at Ask Allie. If you liked this episode, please, 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 please rate it and then tell your friends. The more people who listen, the more people that can help have their aha moments. Join me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find this at AskAlliePodcast.com as well as OutOfBodyEcstasy.com. And there we go. You guys have yourself an absolutely fabulous week, and I will catch you, I hope, next Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.